Namaste. On behalf of Radha Krishna Astro Services YouTube videos, this is Dr. K. Balasubramaniam, your friendly astrologer. I hope you are all getting better and staying healthy and staying safe as we are all being threatened by our invisible enemy named coronavirus, which is affectionately named as COVID-19. All right, so we are all very eager to see that this COVID is out of our way. And even I am in my deep prayers and thoughts to see this COVID out of. So today I'm meeting you with some good news and with some good hopes. More than I would say, it's some good hopes rather than good news at this point. All right. First thing first. What is today? Today is April 14th, 2020. Right? So what's so special about this day? Do you want to say anything? What's today special, dear?
Tamil New Year's.
Oh, you are being very partial. It's not only the Tamil New Year's Day. It is also the New Year's Day for our friends in deep northern part of India, our friends from Punjab and other parts of the northern portions of India. They celebrate today as Vaishaki or Baisakhi. Number one. Number two, our friends from eastern part of India, from Bengal, Bihar, Jharkhand, they celebrate their statewide New Year's Day. Bengalis celebrate today as the Bihu, and there is some equivalent names in the Odisha language and also Bihar and Jharkhand languages. They have a similar New Year Day, which is being celebrated on April 14th. Okay, so April 14th is the day, New Year or regional New Year's is the event. Other than that, what do we consider very special about this day? This is also called the Vedic astrological New Year. Why would we consider so? Who is the king of all the planets? Who is considered as the king of all the planets?
Sun.
Sun. Excellent. Surya. Sun. All right. So, when the earth spins on its own axis, right, a portion of the earth that is exposed towards sun will experience the daytime, whereas the other portion of the sphere named earth is on the other side of the sun, which will experience the darkness, right? Likewise, the earth takes 365 and a quarter day to complete its journey in its own orbit, to complete its one full journey surrounding the sun. That's why we celebrate our New Year. That's why every year we have 365 days, and every 4 years we tend to have something called a leap year. So, for astrologically, the significance is the kingly planet Sun is said to enter the very first degree or the 0th degree in the Zodiac, which corresponds to the very first Zodiac sign named Aries. For the persons who follow the Narayana-based astrology, what is Narayana-based astrology? What is the difference between the Zodiac and the Vedic astrology? The Zodiac astrology, followed by our dear friends in the western part of the world, they just use the planetary latitudes and latitudes as is, and they do not cancel that by something called a ayanamsa. If you guys are very interested, please comment on these videos. I'll be happy to post more videos on what this ayanamsa techniques are. The Westerners, they follow something called the Sayana system. That means they use the absolute values of the planetary longitudes. Whereas the persons from Indian origin, which is the home for all the Vedic astrology, whether you call it as the Northern Indian astrology, the Lal Kitab, the Southern Indian astrology, the Kerala astrology, you name any type of astrology from the Indian origin. All of them, they came out as a branch of the Vedic astrology, which uses an ayanamsa. Okay, so that's why, according to the Narayana chart, which is the basis for the Vedic astrology, Sun enters Mesha, also known as Aries, in English language today. And that is the very first Rashi in the 12-member Rashi Chakra. That is why the New Year's Day is becoming very, very important for everybody. You guys have all been watching my YouTube videos for several years. So I presume you guys are astrologers already or wanted to be astrologers soon, or whoever it may be, who have got some kind of leaning toward astrology. For you people, this is definitely the birthday for astrology, as I would say, or the New Year for the astrology or the Vedic astrology. Good. So now we need to understand what is other significance associated with this day. The king of all the planets, Sun, enters Mesha, and what does he do there? Sun is considered to be placed in the exalted house in Mesha, and he enters there on April 13, according to the Indian times, and he exits Mesh on May 13th or 14th, and he moves into the Rishabha. As long as Sun is present in the Mesh Rasi, Sun is said to be in the exalted house. Compare that to a person having a very high office. Assuming that there is a CEO of a company. Alright? And if that person is in his home, he will be just playing with his kids, or maybe he will be discussing about the family things with his wife, or maybe calling his parents, talking to his friends and relatives as he pleases, or as he chooses to do. But the same person, when he boots and ties and shoes and ties up, he goes to his office. He is in his office. He is officiating. He is working as a CEO. He is passing orders, and he is hiring people, inspiring people. He is signing contracts. He is doing something which is very, very powerful of him. Likewise, any planet to that matter, when it is said to be in its exalted house, the planet is considered to be in its high office. Sun being the representative for the leader, the top leadership, government, medicine, and anything that has got the origin, anything that has got to say the source of the energy, everything is Sun. Such a planet going to be in exaltation from today all the way till the same day next month. It's going to be very, very important in the present day situation where we are all being threatened by our invisible enemy named COVID-19. So what is it got to do for people like us? Sun is strong, so the government is going to be acting very, very positively to put down current pandemic called COVID-19. Additionally, the planet Mars, which is responsible for making quick decisions. The planet Mars is responsible for enforcement of the law. Additionally, planet Mars is also responsible for the defenses, police, military. Such a planet Mars is casting its fourth house glance onto Sun, and Sun itself is being placed in the house owned by Mars. So the Mars and Sun are now acting together. That means the government has got the power, and the government has got the required energy, arms and ammunition, control, and the enforcement capacity to kind of cut down this issue that is being haunting us since the last couple of months. That said, we already talked about Sun being the planet responsible for medicine, medical field. So the doctors will gain more prominence. And also the planet Mars is also responsible for anything to deal with blood, surgery, and anything to deal with sharp weapons. These two planets are in an angle, so that's going to impact significantly. So let's take positive things from here. The government will have enough power, and they will have enough resources to kind of combat against this invisible enemy named coronavirus. And this 1 month period is going to set the stage for the quicker redemption of coronavirus which I have discussed in my previous video, we should be seeing a sizable redemption from this problem by the end of May. This 1 month in between now and the end of May is going to be extremely critical, and I hope, I pray that this special New Year called the Sharvari New Year, celebrated by many regional people in India, brings a lot of good luck not only to those regions and also to the entire world. And my good thoughts and good wishes to you all. And until I see you on the next video with more updates, I wish you all to be stay tuned, spend some quality time with your friends and families, and also as and when you find our videos interesting, please feel free to subscribe to those, share with your friends and families, and please don't forget to write down your most valuable comments. Those are really important for us to do the service back to you. Until we see you on a different video, thank you, take care. This is Dr. Balasubramaniam taking leave from you from Radha Krishna Astro Services. Bye.